kick things off with Gaeseong. The two Koreas are holding their third round of working-level talks today on the issue of normalizing operations at their jointly run factory zone in the north.
And for more, let's connect live to our Unification Ministry correspondent Hwang Sung-hee at the Inter-Korean Dialogue headquarters here in Seoul. Hello, Sung-hee, what's the latest?
Hi guys, the third round of working level talks between the two Koreas got going at around 10 a.m. this Monday morning in Gaeseong. And for now, the two delegations are having something to eat as it is lunchtime here in Korea. They will return to the negotiating table at around 2 p.m. Korea time for their afternoon session. Like you mentioned, the meeting comes as the two Koreas are trying to normalize business operations at their jointly run factory zone. One thing to note is that South Korea has sent a new chief delegate to Gaeseong, who told his North Korean counterpart at the start of the meeting that the two Koreas' efforts towards the normalization of the complex will yield positive results. The North Korean chief delegate said that the current downpour in both of the Koreas can be seen as a blessing, depending on the results of today's talks. However, the atmosphere between the two delegations at the third round of talks is reportedly not as amicable as their previous meetings, as they did not begin the talks with their usual handshake. Most experts have said it won't be easy for the two sides to come to terms at their latest meeting as they remain divided on key issues. Seoul is asking Pyongyang to take specific steps to guarantee it won't unilaterally shut down the complex again in the future, while also demanding an apology for its actions. The North, however, is calling for an immediate reopening of the complex, saying South Korea's military threats are what had caused the shutdown in the first place. Operations at the factory zone have been suspended for 3 months since the North unilaterally pulled out all North Korean workers amid an escalation of inter-Korean tensions. Guys?
So, Sung-hee, as talks for normalizing the business park are underway, are South Korean businesses with factories at the border town continuing to retrieve their goods from the complex today?
That's right, Mark. Around 200 South Koreans, including representatives from some 49 South Korean firms as well as government officials, have traveled to the border town on this Monday morning. Now, they will be bringing back their finished goods and raw materials from the complex. Now, the retrieval of goods was one of the agreements that the two Koreas reached at their first round of talks held earlier this month. The 123 South Korean companies that have plants in Gaeseong have claimed around $930 million in economic losses so far from the shutdown. However, the businessmen are not pushing for a quick resumption of operations, but rather for the two Koreas to hammer out preventive measures against such closures from happening again in the future before reopening the complex. Back to you.
Thank you, Sung-hee. That was our Unification Ministry correspondent Hwang Sung-hee with the latest on today's Inter-Korean dialogue. She'll be bringing us more updates throughout the day.